Alright, so here we are again, another Funday Sunday. Kind of last minute decision to come out. It is super busy out right now. I don't know how many passes I'm actually going to get. Got here at like 10:30. It's 12:04, still sitting in the lines. So yeah. Anyways, plan for this one is ignore the light, slip the clutch, and see what happens. That felt pretty good. I don't know if it felt fast though. I got really taken off guard by the launch. She went straight though, so that's a massive plus. She didn't try to put me into the wall. I don't know. So the speedometer on the ECU has to read wrong because it like tapped out at like 108, and I really hope it was going faster than 108, because that will make me really sad. Ew, shit. That's pretty horrible. Everything's so loud. Data log is on this time. Draggy's running, cameras are on. Felt amazing. Then I missed fucking third. Missed third. So lame. What's going on, guys? So I didn't film a whole lot at the track because it's just really noisy and it's just kind of awkward and whatnot. So anyways, wasn't a very eventful track day. Let's just say at least I didn't snap an axle. But as far as my times went, they were all pretty horrible. My first run, I forgot to actually log it. I forgot to hit the data log button on the fuel tech. I had to like rewatch the video to see what the AFRs were and how much boost I was running. So the first run was like 25 psi. It was a 12.1 at 12.1 at 116. So yeah, first run was a 12.1 at 116. So what happened with that run? It was a good launch, but I fumbled second. It was such a good launch that I kind of just forgot that I was racing. I literally just kind of forgot to shift into second, and so I just sat there on the rev limiter of first, and then, so it might have been like a high 11-second run if I didn't screw that up, but anyways, kind of screwed that up. Second run was a 12.5. I only got 2 runs in because there was a event yesterday, and so today there was just a bunch of people. There's just a bunch of people that were still in town and whatnot that were there for Funday Sunday. So good for Orlando Speedworld, not so great for anyone that was there for an actual test and tune. So like in 4 hours, I got maybe 2 runs in, and so when it came time to decide on whether or not I was going to get a third run, more people had shown up. People just continued to pile in as time went on, so wait times weren't getting any shorter. So it's like I was like, I really don't want to be here for another 3 hours just to get another run in that I might screw up, so I just went ahead and packed it up and headed home. So second run was a 12.5. Yeah. 12.5 at 117. Yeah. 12.5 at 117. So this run I missed third, and this is the part that I'm kind of sort of excited about, was that I trapped 188 in the eighth, 117 in the quarter, so that's about 30 or so miles on the back half. Had I not have missed third, probably would have trapped like 80 or 95, 96 in the eighth, and that would have been a 126, 127 mile an hour trap speed if I didn't screw the run up. So anyways, looking at the logs. Also, the second run was on 30 psi. I had cranked it all the way up. So I was like, I'm only going to get a few chances at this, so might as well make it worth it. So anyways, a couple of the little small things. I know it's kind of hard to really see anything with the way this is. But anyways, I was looking at the log, and so this is me missing third. So this very top purple line is throttle, is TPS. So from here to here is how long it took me to fumble third gear and finally get it into gear and then finally get back on throttle. That was 1.3 seconds that I was not on throttle. Then looking at the other shifts, that was about 0.4 seconds between shifts. So there was a lot of room for improvement in that. I think that had I not have screwed up that shift, the other thing that I kind of screwed up on was on the launch. So there's some time-based actions going on here. This right here is all ignition cut and things like that. So basically after the clutch drops, after coming off a two-step, what the car is doing is it's pulling timing and it's limiting maximum RPM for a set amount of time. It's doing that for about 1.5 seconds. So you can see it's just kind of sitting here trying to keep the RPM at a steady ramp, so as you go spinning out of a hole, you're not overspinning. It's kind of like traction control, but it's not active traction control. It's kind of like a pre-programmed traction control. So what happened here was it feels like a rev limiter, basically. When it feels like when you're in the car, you kind of feel the car stop accelerating a little bit, and so it feels like you hit the rev limiter, so I mistook that as the actual rev limiter. So I ended up short shifting at about 6,800 RPM out of first, and ended up in second at like 4,200 RPM, which so that also screwed up that run. So I think on that run, like it was a bad run, but I got some good information from it. Like if I go through and back this out and back out the missed shift and take a few milliseconds off of each shift, I mean, it would have been a low 11-second pass at like 130, but I just suck at driving, so that didn't happen. Yeah, so that's basically it for that. I'll probably start hitting up some of the weekday, some of the weekday events, because they're a lot less busy. And what I really need is some seat time. There's a lot of potential in the car. It's just I have to like relearn. So like basically from switching to the fuel tech and putting the bigger tires on, I just gotta like relearn some things, And plus I haven't been going to the track as frequently as I should be. So I also had the draggy running during those 2 runs. So the draggy is pretty gosh darn accurate. It recorded a 12.5 at 117, and the 8th and everything. It's all pretty accurate. The really interesting thing I like about this is that it shows your how many G-forces you're pulling during acceleration. So like first and second gear was almost a full G, so that's pretty impressive for something that I built to do 13s. And same thing with the other pass, 12, god dang it. 12.1 at 116 or 117. 116. I get pretty accurate. It's pretty much almost identical, plus or minus a few tenths, the actual time slip. But yeah, I think I'm going to start using the draggy more, just because it's information that I didn't really think I needed. Like the fact you can actually see that miss shift in there. You can see, acceleration and then no G at all as I fumble and try and find the gear, and then, back on the throttle, so it's actually kind of good information. I kind of wish I had a FT 550, because the 550 has the accelerometer built into it, and that's some good information to have, So, maybe in a year or so, I may upgrade. But anyways, so yeah, that's basically it. Certainly no 10s. Didn't even break into the 11s again, but I think I just need more seat time. The car's performing. It's got the power. I'm just screwing up. I just suck at driving. When I ran that 11.5, I was going to the track basically back to back. I was hitting up the late night test and tunes and all that crap, and so I actually had, it's not like riding a bike apparently. You just can't do it once and not do it for 2 months and expect to hop back in a seat and be freaking John Force. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I got some track videos of some of the interesting cars I saw, or just general cars I saw, so just so this video isn't super short and boring, here's some racing other than myself. Till next time, guys.
So if you have a motorcycle over in stage lane 7, we need you to go ahead and move it over to 8 and 9 for us. So with the overflow We'll put the bikes over lanes 8 and 9. We're still running the same order and the same setup. We just need that station lane open up for the cars that are in behind. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Full pair of demons. Still hanging in there at the top end. Gets the first 1045 and 139 after a big backfire. New Supras. New body style Toyota Supra. Camaro versus Mustang battle. They've been battling out since 1967 when GM brought the Camaro to the playing field. Camaro 4, secondary is the Mustang. At the top end of the Camaro is 1107, 124, 1225 at 112. Took about 5,500 pounds of screaming steel and sex appeal on the big Tahoe with 1168 or 119 after that door. From stage lane 7 to stage lanes 8 and 9, please. Get over into lanes 8 and 9. Volkswagen GTI, taking over new body style improvement. 98 at 129, 412, 87 at 110. Mercedes is at the starting line now. Nick is not filming at the moment. No YouTube. Well, maybe he is filming now. But those are Mercedes. Nick, we don't. It's not a Mustang. What are you doing? Finish line about the 1,000 foot mark.